today we're going to speak a little bit about Walden's study abroad program. So next slide, please. So as many of you know who have had the opportunity to take advantage of a study abroad program as part of your own educational program, there is a wealth of benefits that students experience when participating in a study or public service abroad program. They gain increased cultural awareness. In the case of public service programs especially, it ignites their commitment to social change. It can give them a more global view of their academic discipline, and it can increase their confidence. And for many students, a study abroad program can be a life-changing experience. And so we'd like to highlight a couple of previous trips hosted by Walden, as well as some of the students that have participated in them. Next slide, please. So in 2019, Walden had its very first public service trip to Negril, Jamaica. During these two trips, students from varying academic programs and degree levels participated in a 10-day experience. And during the trip, they provided literacy and classroom assistance to Mount Airy Primary School. In addition, the students volunteered at the Breath of Kindness Nursing Home, where they provided companionship and assistance to residents. And in these two photos here, you can see the two groups of students with all the books, activities, craft materials, and other supplies that they donated to the school. So I'm going to hand it over to Eric to discuss the Madrid trip.
All right. So the Madrid trip was fantastic. We had a chance to, it was a professional development trip. Students were able to meet a lot of professionals, experts in the field of forensic psychology. We went to a lot of institutions and organizations that promoted forensic investigations. They had a chance to network. And of course, we did some sightseeing while we were there as well. We were there for two weeks and had a chance to do some things that most students never get a chance to do. We partnered with an organization that is basically a criminal profiling organization in Madrid, and they were our hosts there. Had a fantastic experience with them, and we did a lot of traveling around the Madrid area and outside Madrid as well. The students' experience was quite phenomenal, and I think the faculty who went also had a great experience. So I certainly encourage people who are interested in doing an international trip to come on board. In my previous life, I did many international trips to other countries, and we look forward to doing many more. Okay.
So the student feedback from these trips, as Eric mentioned, has been extraordinarily positive. And here are just a few things that participants have had to say. Nicole said, "I'm so proud of each of us for making our dent in the universe, banding together as a unit, and truly exemplifying what it means to be a social change agent in our communities and abroad." Novelette said, "This is the trip of a lifetime for me. I wish there was another trip tomorrow because I would go without any question. I have never worked in a better team of women than these thoughtful, kind, hardworking scholars of change." And Laura said about the forensic psychology trip, "I found this intensive to be better than any other residency or forensic psychology intensive I have attended in the past, both nationally and internationally, and trust me, I've attended some really good ones." So as you can see, really, really positive. Next slide, please. Now, in addition to being a positive experience, many students have used this experience as a catalyst to make changes in their own lives and communities, and Nicola is one of those people. Nicola participated in the 2019 Jamaica Trip, and it inspired her to start her own nonprofit organization. The Myers Gardier International Foundation serves to provide education, training, and ongoing support to local organizations and groups in the community. And during the trip, Nicola introduced Mount Airy to restorative practices, and the students were excited for every restorative group that she hosted. And it was really wonderful to see both the students and the faculty learn a different approach to communicating. In Nicola's own words, with the right drivers in place, lives will be changed and communities restored. And this went well beyond the trip. Since returning from Jamaica, Nicola has presented her restorative discipline at the national level. She's moderated community events to bring awareness to suicide prevention and solutions, and she's trained principals and assistant principals in her school district in Texas to change campus culture. So now Eric's going to talk a little bit about Laura's experience.
Yes, so one of our students, Laura, came with us, and really liked working with her. She was a very dynamic person, a lot of great ideas. So she she came along and was very supportive of the other students. I found, Laura was a person who liked to work with a lot of students and help them find their way. She was always there as a great support. So she has stayed in contact with our experts in Madrid, and I know will in the future have the opportunity to work with them as well. And I look forward to work with her now that she's finished her program and has gone on, that she will become a forensic expert. But I do believe that that her experience in Madrid really did help set the tone for her career. We are also looking to, as our next experience, unfortunately, we were held back because of the virus, but looking forward to going to Huddersfield, England, which is up in northern England, where we have contacts there, and where the Romans were there for quite some time. We will be working with experts there. Our students will have a chance to present papers at a professional meeting. They will go to institutions that deal with forensics, and have a great opportunity to network with students there as well as professionals in the field. So we look forward to doing that in England. And of course, we have other countries in Italy and South Africa and other places that we're thinking about doing as well as we expand our program. But I mean, truly, these are great, unique opportunities.
And thank you, Dr. Hickey. This is Kristen Beyer. I just wanted to add that we will be working with one of our contributing faculty members who actually resides in Huddersfield, and he's working to kind of navigate on his end an experience for our forensic psychology students when it is safe to travel internationally. And I also just wanted to mention, as this is a faculty-facing webinar, that for our students, these trips are not part of their programs of study. Master's students can attend, but again, it's not part of their program of study, so it may be a little bit difficult. They will not earn credit for it, and so that impacts financial aid, of course. But for our doctoral students, they can use this opportunity as a fourth residency, the fourth residency professional conference requirement. And so students must complete residency 1 and 2, but could take residency 4 out of order if they needed to, or if they have completed residency 1 through 3, that's fine. They could use this opportunity as their fourth residency. By doing so, it then becomes part of their program of study, financially does cover the cost of the trip, and then they also have an opportunity, as Dr. Hickey referred to share where they are in the dissertation process with students, with international students, and get that feedback from students to help build and enrich their own dissertation research.
Excellent. Next slide. So this year we were very lucky to be able to complete a second public service trip to Negril before the COVID-19 crisis hit. We're really working toward building a relationship with the Mount Airy community that will hopefully lead to sustainable, positive change. So with that in mind, during this trip, the students undertook a library renewal project. We cleaned and organized the library, the students made significant donations, and we really put some systems in place for the library to be a more functional space for the school to use in the future. The principal was very excited to share the space with the students and teachers. Unfortunately, halfway through our trip, the school was closed due to COVID-19, which was a little bit of a barrier, but the school was so supportive of everything that we were doing, they actually opened up the school just for us to finish this project. So in addition to providing a benefit to the school, the Walden students who attended really walked away with the feeling that they had made a difference. And I wanted to share with you the words of Angela Hauner, one of the students who participated. She said, "My experience with this public service trip is easily the most significant trip I've taken in my life. The lives that we touched and the beautiful library we left the school was simply amazing. I will never forget the wonderful new friends I made along the way, and I will be forever changed for the good. As Walden is dedicated to fueling social change, this was truly a great success in that path." So next slide. So finally, we're always looking to partner with academic programs to host trips. If you are interested in more information, please email studyabroad@mail.waldenu.edu. We are always looking to continue to develop and grow our study abroad program in the future. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you all so much. Are there any questions at this point? Perfect. Well, thanks again. If you do find out that or if you determine that you have questions, feel free to email studyabroad@mail.waldenu.edu and look forward to future 2021 study abroad events. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Let's see.